Hello friends, welcome. In this video, we are going to understand how to manage post-dated checks in TallyPrime application. See, checks are two types. One is a regular checks and other one is that post-dated checks. A check which is written with a future date is known as post-dated check. For example, you are on 1st April. On 1st April, you are receiving a check. On the check, the date mentioned as 1st April. You are receiving check on 1st April. Even on the check also, the date mentioned as 1st April. Then the check will be called as a regular check. Right, and you are on 1st April and you are receiving a check which is dated to 1st May, so that on the check the date mentioned as 1st May, so that you should treat that check as a post-dated check. A check written with a future date is known as what? Post-dated checks. So now in Tally application we are going to create post-dated checks. So first I'll be creating a new company in the name of Adi Industries Private Limited and directly press Ctrl+A. So the company will be saved, and as soon the company will be created, it will take you to the company features screen. So presently I'm not going to enable bill-wise details. At the same time, I'm not going to enable a GST. Just we focus only on the post-dated checks management in this session, right? So basically, whenever you just go to vouchers, for example, you are receiving a check, bank balances. If you want to pass a receipt voucher by selecting bank, and immediately your bank balances will be increased. So you can pass a normal receipt voucher. For example, I'll be creating a bank as Axis Bank, comes under bank accounts and accept the same. So presently there is no money available in Axis Bank. It is a newly created bank ledger. That's what Axis Bank. And here, for example, you received rent CR, so this comes under indirect income. Assume that you are receiving a rent, so rent comes under indirect income, rupees of 50,000. So if you pass a simple receipt voucher by entering value of rupees 50,000 and press Ctrl+A, and if you want to go to balance sheet, in the balance sheet you can see an increment of your bank balances to 50,000. So whenever you are receiving any regular checks, you can record as simple, but on 1st April you are receiving a check which is dated to 1st May. So in that specific case, you are not allowed to record as simple, right? You should record a voucher. At the same time, your book of accounts should not be affected with the values. So when the check is deposited in the bank on 1st May, when the check is cleared by the banker, then you need to show the balances in the book of accounts. So for that reason, so by default, the receipt voucher is a default receipt voucher. Whatever you are going to record in this receipt voucher will be affected your book of accounts. So now what I want is, okay, on 1st April I'm receiving a check. So on 1st April I record a voucher, but I don't want any effect in my book of accounts because that is a pending check. So when the check is cleared, I need to show the balances. So it's a very simple concept. If you wanted to record a transaction, at the same time I don't want to show any effects, so in that specific case you need to press Ctrl+T and Ctrl+L. so the regular receipt voucher will be converted into post-dated pending voucher. Then in this voucher, afterwards converting from regular voucher to pending voucher, whatever you are going to record in the voucher, for example, I'll be adding more 10,000, right? So if you want to save this voucher by converting regular voucher into pending voucher by pressing Ctrl+A and Ctrl+C, can see that I have recorded totally two transactions. One is a receipt of 50,000 and other one is that receipt of 10,000, right? If you want to go to a balance sheet, can see that system is going to show still 50,000, the second receipt voucher which I recorded by converting a regular voucher into pending voucher by pressing Ctrl+T and here you can convert any regular voucher into pending voucher. So if you want to convert that regular voucher into pending voucher, the book of balances will not be affected until again you just convert from pending to a regular. So right now it is going to show only 50,000. For example, assume that on 1st May you have deposited the check in the bank and it was cleared in the bank. So in that specific case, go to display more reports and open exception reports and open post-dated vouchers and all plus F2 from blank space to blank space and enter. Here you have recorded a single receipt voucher. Open the same. Now the voucher in a pending mode. to showcase in your book of account, you need to press again Ctrl plus T and Ctrl plus L. In a regular voucher, if you once press Ctrl plus T and Ctrl plus L, it will become a post-dated pending voucher. And if you once press again Ctrl plus T plus L in a pending voucher, it will become a regular voucher and book of accounts will be affected. So I want to show an effect on 1st May. So enter 1st May and just save the voucher. So on 1st April, actually you have recorded 2 transactions. One is the regular transaction 50,000 and other one is a post-dated pending transaction which is valued to 10,000. By default, the second 10,000 is not going to reflect in your bank account. On 1st May, when the check is cleared by the banker, you need to convert that pending voucher into regular voucher so that your book of accounts will be show an effect of including rupees 10,000. Now it is going to show totally 60,000. But out of 60,000, the first 50,000 is affected in the book of accounts in the month of April, and the second 10,000 is going to affect your book of accounts in the month of May, right? So this is how we just maintain a post-dated checks in Tally application. In the next video, we are going to understand the same concept with a practical video. Thank you.